people get stuck in. People don't want to be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I'm right no matter what. Like,
Yeah.
fuck you. I'm keeping my ship.
Yeah.
Because it takes work to reevaluate yourself, to be wrong. Because then you have to, like, be like, oh, shit, I've been thinking this my entire life. Like, now I have to change. And, like, that's going to take time and effort. And, like, that sucks. No one wants to do that. Dude, I've been sounding, oh, fuck, way too loud. Hello? Okay, I think that's better.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Yeah, just that, because I sounded weird before. I feel like
Yeah.
it wasn't picking it up as well as I wanted it to.
Mm.
But yeah, it takes, oh, that's way better.
Yeah, that sounds good to me, too.
Okay.
Um,
But we were talking about people are so stuck to their thoughts and ideas.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, because our reality is really, like, based off of the structure of our thoughts and how we're sort of all the information that you consume is like you can think of your mind as like a maze or like a tunnel, and it's gonna bounce off your thoughts and it's gonna change by the time it's out. And if you can rearrange like the structure of your mind with certain thoughts, you can really change like perspective.
Yeah, because it's interesting. We do like the way we damn it, now it's too loud. Because the way we perceive like reality, like this anthropology class you put me onto, it's very interesting.
You're liking it?
Yeah,
I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad.
It's interesting because we evolved like everything, because everything's vibrations.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. So
everything we perceive is just a way of perceiving it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, it's not what it is, it's how we see it. Our eyes developed. Like, I just watched the video of how it was called The Monkey and Me, or I don't think that's not what it was called. It was I think I'm going to call it fuck it. It was The Monkey and Me.
Monkey and Me, I'd watch that.
Yeah. But it was talking about how these primates evolved to had, what is it called? Opids for your sight, like in the back of your retina.
Okay.
Can you look that up? What is it called? The retina in the back of your, it's like the,
like cones and rays, or
it's like it's in your
part of your eye or something.
It's a protein. Opsid. So this opsid, like primates have two opsid, which allows them to see certain colors.
Okay.
But not all of them, and we evolved to have three, so we have a wider array of colors. And like that thing evolved so it could help us like see the riper fruit.
Yeah.
And so we could which is cool. So it helped us like survive. But like to think that at a certain point we only had two, so we couldn't see all the world. Like what if we had fucking four?
Yeah.
Like what if we're missing out on so many colors?
The mantis shrimp can see ultraviolet and I don't know if it can see infrared, but I think it might be able to see both. That's crazy.
What does that even look like? I don't even know.
I don't know either, because it's like along with everything that we can see as well.
Yeah.
It's almost like you ever play like Call of Duty, like you got like the thermal scope or something.
Yeah.
I think it's probably something like that. It's like they can see the vibrations of like heat, like we only pick up certain vibrations, like you were saying. And I think they are more sensitive to different types of vibrations. Which is crazy. Yeah, they say that color and everything that we see is like it's not really real. It's just how we're perceiving it, and like you're never actually really touching anything. There's always a layer of molecules between your hand and what you're grabbing.
I thought that was the craziest thing. I'm taking this science class, and he's like,
crazy.
Yeah, you never actually touch anything because the electrons, what is it called? Propel or reject.
Yeah.
So it never touches. I'm like, dude, I'm feeling it. It's like, no, you're not.
How do you pick things up?
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
And like that's so weird to think that our perception is literally just a way our body evolved.
Yeah, that is crazy.
To take in the world.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy that we made it to like this level of intelligence too, with like the equipment that we have. I guess we kind of started with superior brains, but it's tough to, maybe it's because we have a sort of a hive mind, and so our knowledge and our abilities are sort of like compounded onto each other. We base stuff off of each other. When you're born, like you don't start in the woods alone. You're born into,
you have more parental whatever it's called.
You're born into like the existing human organism. We're like ants. Like we're already so far along the progression that like when you're born into it, like you no longer have to start from zero.
Yeah. Oh, because we pass down our information.
Yeah.
I really do think, like, the more I think and more I think about it, the more I think animals, like, have, like, because we're animals too.
Yeah.
We always forget that.
Mm-hmm. We
I,
do.
There's something more to animals. I don't think they're as, like, clueless as I think we think they are. I don't know to what extent, but I really do think there's something to them. Like, I think they are beings of some sort. Like, I don't think they're less than us. I think they just evolved in a different way.
Yeah. I agree. I guess that sort of goes to like the argument or discussion of like what differentiates us from animals. Like, is it our like soul, like our level of consciousness? Is it our hardware? You know, like we have different eyes, we hear different things, but it sort of doesn't make sense that our hardware it's not better than theirs. You know, it's worse. It's worse. But like we have this weapon in our head.
And these
bad boys.
These bad boys. So we can make stuff.
Yeah,
Who would have thought? Because our thumb goes at a fucking angle, we can manipulate the world.
Dude, it's crazy.
Just
it's so
because of
crazy.
that. Literally because of one little thing.
Yeah.
One little change, and we could do so much with it.
Yeah, it makes you wonder like what other high beings would look like, you know?
Dude, I think about this is crazy.
Yeah.
But like, you know those hieroglyphics with the dog heads and stuff?
Oh yeah, I love to talk about
what if a dog what if they had opposable thumbs?
Yeah.
Literally, what if they evolved in a past time to have opposable thumbs? They would be at the same point we are right now.
Yeah, we'd be screwed.
They would be at the same point because if you have this opposable thumb, they would start to learn to like walk upright because they were talking about in the documentary thing of how we started walking upright. It was just like they don't know why we started walking upright.
Yeah. Oh, from that class?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they do. I think what I remember from the class is that they don't know why it started, but once it started, we started to like want to throw things. Like spears and stuff, and when we were like hunched over, like you know, like Neanderthals are kind of like you know, or maybe not Neanderthals, but something earlier than that. They would have trouble throwing, and we got like were able to like sit up so we can like use that toss, and that's what maybe like accelerated it, you know, because like it became such an advantage. But yeah, we really don't know. Yeah, we don't know what started.
Isn't that weird?
A lot of things like that, you know, like we don't know when it comes down to it, like the difference between. I'm trying to think like Australopithecus or something and us, like no one knows why that happened.
Yeah.
It's a mystery. It's a missing link. And they talk about that a lot in that class.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Stand up because they said one of the theories that I was learning from this documentary was like, well, maybe the jungle went away and it was like a Sahara desert, so they had to stand so they could walk further distances.
Yeah.
And then they found like Artie, who was in a jungle. So it's like, oh shit, that's wrong. Like, why this guy's in a jungle? Like, why is he starting to walk upright?
Yeah. It's what's the cause and what's the effect?
Yeah, why? Like, what is the evolutionary benefit from walking upright?
Yeah. I like to think for those unknown things. I sometimes when I think about what's the different what caused us to become what we are, like sort of humans trying to pretend to be gods. I think a lot about like Adam and Eve and like like the apple. And I think about that a lot. Like, what is that? What is that a metaphor for? And it really sort of mirrors like what happened in our history. Like we sort of came out of like the jungle, out of the woods. We lost our fur. We began to wear clothes. We realized we were naked. And we put on clothes, and that's when our social brain and our like hive mind really started to develop, because we became like very dependent on one another to hunt and to cook. It's like we gained like knowledge, we gained something, whether like we ate a mushroom off the ground or something, and something like that.
Stoned ape theory.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, there's something there, like, because that thing, whatever we got, that separated us from everything else.
Yeah.
Like, it really did. Like, I don't know what it is, but you don't see other animals putting on clothes.
No.
Like, you don't see what we do in other species.
Yeah.
So what changed?
I don't know. So, it's very complex. Like we have a very complex. I guess we call it society. You know, it's like we have all these rules, all these like things that are made up that are real. You know, they're real to us because maybe it's because we live a little bit more in our brains than other things do. Other things live more in the world, and we have sort of found maybe comfort or ability in our heads. You know, so we start to make these like structures. You know, just like how your thoughts are. Like we sort of mirror that onto the world. These invisible rules and like these invisible things that guide your thought. I think that we sort of try to mirror that onto society, and that's why we have laws and regulations and stuff, and they don't always work. You know, the laws aren't always right, and they can be counterproductive.
Yeah.
Just like our own heads, you know, just like the piece of the ship that's fallen off or just creating drag. Yeah, so I think we need to treat our society like sort of like a living organism. That's what I've been thinking about a little bit.
I like that.
Yeah, it's hard though because like, you know how ants are very like together, like
Yeah,
they work.
know. Yeah, dude, they literally walk in a line.
Yeah, they share their brains, but we're not quite there yet. You know, we
Yeah.
still dislike each other and we still have like huge problems.
Do you think they could communicate telepathically?
I don't know, dude. I mean, I think they communicate like pheromonally.
With their
Yeah.
that's okay because they can get the scent of the queen bee.
What's
queen
the
ant,
difference
right?
really though between?
I don't know.
I mean, it's just they're using the hardware they have to communicate. Yeah, but that's really interesting.
That is.
I think humans do that a little bit too. We don't realize it. You know, we're not just
They
like,
do.
oh, what's up, James? But like, you know,
There's I forgot what the study was completely, but like the scent our musk, like women are more attracted to like a men's musk.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
You can get, and that's the thing. Like you can get like a feel for someone, and if you like them or want to mate with them, just by their smell.
yeah, yeah. Their smell. Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, but you don't process it. It's all subconsciously.
Yeah, but maybe animals, other organisms like do process that a little bit more. I think we've sort of created maybe like an extension of the mind, and that's what we call like what we're aware of, our conscious, which a lot of other animals don't really have.
But do they not have them?
I don't know. I mean, they have. I don't know if they. Do you think they have a subconscious? I don't know.
I don't know what they have.
'Cause-
But I feel like I don't think they're the mindless creatures
Yeah.
most people like, and I used to think them as.
Mhm.
Like I really do think there's something more.
Yeah, I don't think they're mindless either. I think it's hard because we're animals trying to understand them. You know, I wonder if they have thoughts about like what are these people doing? Like
Yeah.
why are they wearing clothes? Like people like I don't know, like they sort of turn on like people like these days people like shave their bodies and then put on clothes.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, like you already had that. Like why are you doing that? You know?
Because we can't really hop into their heads. Like we can't
No.
think or feel what they're feeling.
I don't know if we would, you know, when when you get in your zone and like
Yeah.
when you're playing a sport or like doing work and you're not you're not aware of your own thoughts really,
Just
but
acting.
yeah, you're just acting. I wonder if that's sort of like
Yeah.
if that's sort of how they're functioning. You know, they're just like going with the flow of the world. Like they're in the cutty zone like 24/7.
Yeah, exactly. I think.